Hi, I'm here with Iota Guide, an unofficial educational resource aimed at helping regular people who might not be too tech savvy understand how to safely buy and store Iota cryptocurrency. In this guide, I'll be walking you through how to set up and store your seed. Now, your seed is an 81-digit string of characters that will be like your username and your password all in one. So, anybody who has access to this seed will have access to your Iota tokens. And in the world of cryptocurrency, possession is ownership. So basically, anybody who has this seed has your tokens and can spin them. So you don't want this falling into the wrong hands, and that's why we're going to teach you how to do this securely. Before we get started, you're going to need two pieces of software. You're going to need the Iota desktop wallet, and you're going to need KeyPass 2. Links to both of those will be in the description, as well as a link to our full article that we have written out on our website showing how to do these steps online. So that's pretty much it. One more note, you want to make sure that you never download the Iota wallet from anywhere other than the developer's official GitHub page. If you get it from anywhere else, you risk getting a tainted copy that has malicious code that could steal your Iota. So it's really important to make sure you get the wallet from an official source. And when you install it, you want to install it as a light node, not as a full node. So now that we've got that stuff out of the way, we are ready to begin. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is to create a new folder on your desktop, and we'll call that your seed folder. Now, the next thing you want to do is to open up Iota Wallet and get it connected to a node. So you can see right now it's currently not connected to a node that's working, so we're just going to change that to one that we know works. So we're going to go to Tools, Edit Node Configuration. We're going to change the host to custom, and in this field we're going to put https nodes.thetangle.org :443. And we're going to save that. And now you can see it is connected and it's waiting for my seed. So that's all set up. Now we don't need this yet. We're just going to minimize that. But we do need it open in the background for a later step. So just minimize it. Now let's open up KeyPass. Okay. The first thing we want to do in KeyPass is to create a new database. So we're going to go to File, New, and we are going to save this database in your seed folder that you just created. So as you can see here, it's being saved into the seed folder on my desktop, and we're going to call this your seed file. Now here it's asking for a password. This is the password that will unlock this file. I'm just going to use 123 for this video, but you should definitely use something more secure. Press OK. Leave all of these options the same and press OK again. Now it's asking you to print an emergency sheet. If I press this print button, it would print out a copy of my master password so that I could save it somewhere and keep it safe. If you don't have a printer connected, you should just write it down on a piece of paper and save it, but don't skip that step, because if you lose this password, you will not be able to unlock your seed file, you will not be able to get into your seed, and you will not have access to your Iota. So you don't want that to happen, so make sure you save that password. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a new entry. So we're going to go to Edit, Add Entry, and we're going to call this entry your Iota seed. Now here, where it says password, that's where your actual seed is going to be. But we want the software to generate it for you. So we're going to go to this little button here. We're going to click it. We're going to go to Open Password Generator, and we're just going to change these settings here so that it outputs a password in a format that Iota will accept, which is all capital letters and the number 9. So we're going to uncheck lowercase, we're going to uncheck digits, we're going to leave uppercase checked, and we're going to add the number 9 here where it says also include the following characters. Now we're going to change the length of the password to 81, and we're going to check this box that says collect additional entropy. That's just going to make it a little more random. We're going to move the mouse around here till that bar fills up, and now we're going to type some random characters and press OK. Now, as you can see here, it has generated a seed for me. The next thing I'm going to set up is auto type. And what this will do is it will allow the KeyPass software to automatically type the seed in for me into the Iota wallet in a way that's hard for spyware and keyloggers to see. So if you have spyware and it can see what's on your clipboard, it could take your seed that way if you copy and paste it. If you have a keylogger, it could take your seed by seeing your key presses if you type it in manually. This will use the software to use a combination of the two in a way that just makes it really hard for them to see what it is. So we're going to select this box here that says Override Default Sequence, and we're going to delete everything except password within these little brackets. Now we're going to come to here where it says Add. We're going to click that. We're going to go to Target Window, and we're going to set up the Iota wallet here that we have open from the previous step. So we're going to press that, press OK. Now down here we're going to make sure this box is checked that says 2-channel autotype obfuscation. This is what will make it hard for spyware to see when it types it in for you. Press that button, and now we press OK. And our seed entry is here in KeyPass. Now what we want to do is we want to test it out to see if it was done properly. So we are going to get the Iota wallet and KeyPass side by side here. We're going to right click on the seed entry, and we are going to go to Perform Autotype. Now if we did it correctly, we will see the seed automatically begin to fill out into the form down here, and it will just do that without our help. There it goes. And now we're just going to pay attention to these 3 digits. This is your checksum. This will let you know if the seed got entered correctly. So every time you enter this same seed, you will see this same checksum. So we're going to log in. And we are going to just make a mental note of the receiving address. Okay? And now let's press the logout button. And let's try that one more time to see if it's going to get the same result. Right click, Perform Autotype. We see the same checksum indicating that it's the same seed. And now we see the same receiving address here. So that's all set up properly. So we can close the wallet because we don't need that anymore. And now let's save this database file. File, Save As, Save to File. We make sure we're still in our seed folder here. And we are going to save it. Now let's just test and make sure that it saved properly. So let's close this down, navigate to our seed folder here on the desktop, and try to open it back up. Enter the password, and we can see that it did save properly. There is the seed. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is to duplicate this file. The reason that you'd want to do that is in case it gets corrupted. If it gets corrupted, your computer will not be able to open this file, and you will lose access to your seed, and you will lose access to your Iota. This could happen for a number of reasons. Say if you have it burnt to a disk, the disk could get scratched or something. You don't want that happening. So to mitigate that risk, we're just going to duplicate this file several times within this folder. So we're just going to right-click, copy, and we're going to go to paste. And we're just going to keep pasting this into the same folder again and again until we have a decent amount here. Okay, that looks like enough to me. So if one of these gets corrupted, you'll still have all of these other files here that you can try to open. And odds are that at least one of them will still be good, unless there's something wrong with your storage device, which is why you're going to have more than one of them. Okay, so close that down. Now everything that we need is here in our seed folder. We're going to copy this to external storage now. So I'm going to go to right-click, copy this folder. We're going to go to my first thumb drive over here, and I'm going to paste it. Okay, looks like it pasted okay. Now I'm going to go back to my computer, and I'm going to go to my second thumb drive over here. And I'm going to paste it in there too. So we can see that it opened here as well. And now it's on both of my thumb drives. So the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to burn it to a DVD. If you want to make a data DVD, maybe you don't have a flash drive or something, let's burn it to a DVD. So we're just going to take our seed folder here, and I already have a blank DVD inserted into the drive, which is here. So I'm going to go to my folder, I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to go to Send To, and I'm going to go to my DVD drive, which is this, the D drive. Now we want it to open like a USB flash drive, that's a data disk, and the title, I don't really think it needs a title. So I'm going to press Next. And now it's automatically just burning the contents of this folder here onto the disk. And this might take a while, so I'm just going to minimize it. And now you're pretty much done. What you want to do now is to take this seed folder here, put it in your recycling bin, and empty it. Erase it. Make sure that the only copies that exist are here on these external drives. You don't want to leave it on your local computer because a hacker might be able to get to it, spyware might be able to see it, an unauthorized user might see it, you never know. So you just want to make sure it's kept external and not plugged into your computer. And lastly, you're going to want to make sure that you never leave or that you never store this seed folder or any of these contents on a cloud server or an email service. Even though it's password protected, it's still not very secure if a determined attacker gets a hold of this and has time to brute force it. So you want to make sure that you just keep it out of the wrong hands. We recommend keeping at least one of your external copies outside of your home, somewhere safe that you can access it if you need to, preferably a safety deposit box, but if that's not possible, it's just got to be somewhere safe that you can get to it. Don't tell anybody that you're storing cryptocurrency keys in your home. Treat it as if you were storing a large amount of cash under your mattress or something like that. But basically, just keep these external devices out of the wrong hands and make sure you have access to them and your seed will stay safe. Whenever you want to input your seed into the Iota wallet, just make sure that you're using AutoType, the 2-channel AutoType obfuscation that we set up earlier. So on the off chance that you do have any spyware, that it will not be able to see what your seed is. So just to show you how to do that again, we're going to open up the file. We're going to have the Iota wallet open next to KeePass, right click, perform AutoType. There it goes. There's your same checksum there. Your seed is input, and there you go. If you found this tutorial useful, you might want to check out our site, Iota Guide. That's iotagui.de, and a link to that will be in the description below. On that site, we'll have several more articles covering topics like this. We will explain how receiving addresses work and how you can reuse them in certain circumstances but not in others, and we will show you how to buy and sell using Coinbase and Binance. We'll also cover topics like known scams and ways that attackers have been targeting users in order to get their IOTA so that you can protect yourself. It's going to be a really helpful resource, so you should definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.